Satish, go ahead.
Yeah, good evening all. I thank everyone for joining in this VAV awareness webinar, and we'll start shortly in another 5 minutes. We'll give some more time to join. Within that, in the meantime, I'll give a brief introduction about me, participants, and the speakers. Okay, so myself Satish. I work as a simulation engineer in product engineering department at Sukinova
Hello.
Technologies.
Hello, please join.
Hello.
Satish, go ahead.
Yeah. Okay. I work as a simulation engineer in product engineering department at Sukinova Technologies, and I welcome all the participants from various organizations like Hindustan Aeronautical Limited, Ranksons, Ashok Leyland, Renault, Godrej, Mercedes-Benz Research and Development in India, and High-Tech Robotic Systems, Consol, Kia Motors, and KLE Technological University. I heartily welcome you all for this webinar. And it's time to introduce about today's respectable speakers. Firstly, I will introduce Mr. Badri. He is a global technical leader with 33 plus years of experience in mechanical engineering, product development, and other various departments. I welcome you, sir, and it's glad to listen your webinar on this important topic. Secondly, we have Mr. Arjun Raj. He is a certified VAVE specialist from Society of American Value Engineering, shortly SAVE SAVE International USA. Very few in India hold this certification. It is our pleasure to have you with us for today's webinar, sir. I welcome you, sir. So, okay, sir. I think it's almost all the participants have joined. So, without wasting any time, I'll hand over it to you, Mr. Badri. It's your show now. Thank you.
Oh, okay, Satish. Thank you very much. A very great introduction for me. Definitely, I am sure Arjun also will like it. So, coming back to the things, first of all, before getting into the subject, so this is a lockdown period. I think many of you have got used to this kind of a meetings now with Zoom and other platforms, I'm sure. So good afternoon all. Can I hear something loud?
Yeah, good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon. Okay, good. So I'm just want to check up, how energetic our team is now. So good afternoon once again all. So what I will do about this particular VAVE webinar is we'll start with the brief introduction how VAVE is applied at the company, what we call as a VAVE strategy. Then I will run through the Arjun will run through what is the value, what do you mean by value, and also what is function. So what is value methodology, what is fast diagram, and what it is. Little brief about that. And what all these things, history. We don't start the history first. We kind of, in between we'll end with the history. What is this history about SAVE, VAVE, and how this is done, who are all responsible now, and all those things. Then we'll also talk about the certification. There is a certification, there's a world body for behind this on VAVE. So what is the certification procedure and other things. Then we will go into our training approach, how we really train the people across India. One is a one-day training, and we'll also talk about 2-3 days workshop, how it will go about it, and like this. I think this is where we will end the webinar. I'm generally open to the questions in the end. Please be, open to the questions, ask the questions. Maybe record it and ask in the end. That will be more appropriate because in between we get some time and we'll get diverted. That's only the reason. Okay. First, again, thanks all for joining this particular webinar. So I'm sure many of you are aware about VAVE. So VAVE is looked at the organization level. Like when I say tell organization, it's at the corporation level. The corporation may have many companies under that. Maybe a 10 billion American MNC or say around 30 billion American MNC. To name the few companies, GE, then Mercedes-Benz. It's very popular in automotive. Some of your companies is already doing it. Okay. So they call it a strategy at the organization level. They put a strategy for this particular VAVE, and they will identify products for the VAVE itself across the company. Okay, so if you really look at it, the value analysis and value engineering, we all talk about the products which are in current products of the company. So we will be looking at the current products and solving the products and services which are in design space, which has a problems. So in a simple term, it's a tool to improve the product function. How it is? By reducing the cost. Okay. So how the big companies can able to withstand the competition? So answer is, one of the answer is VAVE strategy. They put the VAVE strategy at the high level and they drill down to the VAVE team and they run it across the organization. Okay, what is the benefit to the company? Sorry, what is the benefit to the company? Many benefits. Few of them I will definitely put across to you. One is it will improve the margins. In my simple term, we can talk as a profits on the current products. We are not talking about any new products here. We are talking about the current products. It will improve the margins. And how it is done? It is a step-by-step procedure, identifying the function and reducing the cost. You identify a function, reduce the cost, like that. So that way, I just disconnected. Sorry. It will we will definitely able to identify the unnecessary functions. Sometimes it will be there. It is there in the organization. Technology has changed, but still it is going on. And also it enhances the growth of the growth in terms of the innovation and creativity. The number of patents can go up, and some of these ideas which will come up during the VAVE can be taken into the new product development in the future. Okay, in the future, a company can adopt that. I think these are all the sum total of some of the benefits for an organization. So I have seen in my 33 years of experience, I have put the VAVE team, and the benefits are large for the organization, and the team which will be really under this VAVE, I really enjoyed the working. That's it from my side. Over to Arjun to take it from next slide. Arjun, your time now.
Thanks, sir. It was very good introduction. Yeah. So coming back, why we need to use the value engineering? So we need to use the value engineering to save time. It's a part of a resource, and save money. Again, it's also a part of a resource. To build teamwork, which involves a lot of manpower. Again, it's also a part of a resource. And again, the end result is to improve the quality, and again to satisfy the customer. For all these reasons, we need to use value engineering. We need to use the value engineering without compromise on quality, reliability, performance, environmental norms, and also safety. We need to achieve all these things, and the main use why we need to use the value engineering is to save the resource and also to improve quality. We are talking about value. So the definition of value is the ratio between function by cost, which is nothing but the ratio between performance of required function to that of the cost. So the cost indicates the resource which is in the form of a cost, or it can be men or material or time or space. It's basically a resource in which cost is one of the resource. So I can increase the value by increasing the function and reducing the cost. I can also increase the value by increasing the function, keeping the same resource or same cost. I can increase the value by keeping the same function and reducing the cost or resource. I can also increase the value by even increasing the cost, but I need to ensure that the rate of increase of function should be much more higher than the rate of increase of the resource or the cost. So these are the 4 ways where I can increase the value. So here the cost indicates the overall cost or the life cycle cost, which involves the summation of the cost like labor cost, direct material cost, indirect material cost, overhead cost, and again the overall expenditure which is required to achieve the project or product or process. So here, designing the best value is nothing but designing to the cost target. So the challenging task for each and every company is to achieve the cost target. So if they achieve the cost target, then they can achieve the value to the product or process or projects. As I said, the value is defined as a ratio between function by cost or function by resource. What is the definition of a function? So function is nothing but it should answer the question called what does it do? What does the product do? So here the intent or the purpose with respect to the product, process or service or system or facility is that we perform such that it will meet the need and want of the user, and also it will make a particular product to work as well as to sell. So here the question it should answer is what must the particular product must do. As I said at the start of the presentation, we need to achieve the value engineering without compromising on performance, reliability, quality, environmental norms, safety, durability, etc. So here the function is also dealing with all these aspects. So the end thing that we need to look during the function is what does it do, which means what does the particular product do. Say for example, the product of a pen or a pencil is to make mark. So again we have different type of functions which I will explain you with the help of a diagram called FAST diagram, which is nothing but functional analysis systematic technique diagram. So there are some facts about function. So here we need to understand, the company should understand what function is the customer buying. Basically the tier 1 company should understand what function the OEM is buying and vice versa, and tier 2 companies should also understand about tier 1 companies, and the company should also understand what function does the client or the customer really want and need, and the company should also understand what functions are not appreciated and also it's not required. Say for example, we assume the cycle here. The customer wants the seat, which is nothing but the front portion here. They want this leather kind of thing at the front rather than the seat at the back. So here the company, they understood the need of the customer and they are eliminating the unnecessary function and the unnecessary cost. So here the company should understand all these 4 aspects for any product so that they can reduce the unnecessary cost and also they can reduce the unnecessary function so that the value of the particular product can be increased. So the example, for example, here the function of a washing machine is to clean fabric. Next slide, Satish.
Yeah, I'm doing it. Sorry, something is stuck. Give me a time. I think something is stuck. Sorry, Arjun.
Yes, yes.
Now it's okay. Sorry.
Yes, yes, okay. Yes. So how to achieve this value methodology? They said the value analysis is for the existing product. We do the value improvement, and value engineering is the one for the new product. We do the value improvement. So we put together value analysis and value engineering. We can call as value methodology. So value methodology includes the function analysis of function with the help of the cross-functional team. As you know, the cross-functional team comprises of various departments like purchase, design, development, testing, sourcing, suppliers, even consultants, and team members from top management, etc. So here, with the help of the cross-functional team, we are going to achieve a value to the particular product or process or projects. So here, we have the steps, 3 steps. First step is the pre-workshop phase or the step where we collect the information, the basic level of information with respect to the product or project or process, in which we determine or we define the scope of the particular project. We collect the information. We also form the team in the pre-workshop phase. It's nothing but a orientation phase. We also collect the information about the product which will be taken for the project or for the value improvement. So the next phase is very important phase, which is nothing but a workshop phase. It involves 6 steps. So the first phase is nothing but information phase, where we collect the information about the product, and also we also try to get the bill of material, and we also try to do some benchmark with respect to the technical aspects and also with respect to the cost aspect. And also we also try to get some DFMA, PFMA manufacturing process, and we also try to get the information regarding the scope what had been determined in the pre-workshop phase. And we also try to narrow down our scope, and also we try to get the micro level information with respect to the products. And we also here we also try to get the other details with respect to the volume of the product, any failure history with respect to the particular product, and again the quality reports. We also try to analyze the past history of the particular product. So these are the things we try to collect in the information phase. And the next phase is the important phase called function analysis, which is said to be the heart of the value methodology. So here we use the analysis of functions by identifying the verb and noun combination. Here we determine what is the basic function of the product, secondary function of the product, higher order function, lower order function, what is the project objective, what is the one-time function, what is the all-time function. So with the help of these functions, we also try to eliminate the unnecessary function, which I told. By eliminating the unnecessary function, we also try to we can increase the value. So this phase will help us to identify the unnecessary function. At the same time, we can also reduce the unnecessary cost by going with the analysis called function cost worksheet analysis. Function cost worksheet analysis. So this is the example which we normally do in a function phase. So this is the example of a vehicle leaf spring. The basic function of a leaf spring in an automobile is to improve comfort. So here we normally follow how and why analysis. So how I can improve the comfort in a leaf spring? I can improve the comfort by maintaining the damping and also by absorbing shock. How I can maintain damping and shock by distributing load and by applying force and by applying force. So here we have the scope, which is nothing but a left scope line and also the right scope line. So we normally start with the higher order function, which follows the y with respect to the basic function. So why we need to improve the comfort in an automobile is to enhance the drivability. So this function phase will help to identify all the necessary function. If in case any function is not necessary, we try to eliminate with the help of this diagram. Again, we also find out what is the project objective of the particular product. So here the project objective is to resist corrosion, also to withstand vibration, and to meet specification with respect to the dimension point of view, and also to maintain hardness. So these are all the project objective, and the project objective will vary from product to product, and again it is again determined by the cross-functional team. So the next important function is all-time function, which the manufacturer should also look into it to maintain safety, to maintain reliability, to identify the manufacturer, like the logo thing, and also to enhance aesthetics. So all this will be a part of this fast diagram. And again, followed by this fast diagram, what we need to do is that we need to identify the cost contributing functions. Like for this particular function, what will be the cost or the resource? And can you go back, say, so this Yeah. So we need to identify the cost contributing factor to the particular function individually. We need to identify the highest function which is contributing to the highest cost or highest resource. Then what we need to do is that we need to go for a creativity phase where the ideas are collected using brainstorming session or using Gordon technique, and these ideas are being created with respect to the individual functions what I had shown to you with the help of the fast diagram. So we need to collect many number of ideas without affecting the individual functions. So for basic function, secondary function, one-time function, all-time function, for individual functions, we need to collect many ideas without affecting the functions. We need to collect many number of ideas using brainstorming session and also using another technique like Gordon technique, etc. So, and then the next phase is the evaluation phase, where the ideas are being evaluated with respect to the various criteria. It can be with respect to the weight, or it can be with respect to the material, it can be with respect to investment, it can be with respect to the manufacturing feasibility, etc. So we need to evaluate using the two method called, one method is the paired comparison method, and the next method is decision matrix. So we also try to get the final result using the decision matrix, where we will come to know the best idea which we can take it for development, which will also reduce the cost or reduce the resource. At the same time, we can also increase the value. And we do the next phase is the development phase, where we develop the ideas whatever have been evaluated. So here we normally do the 2D drawings, CAE, CFD, design verification plan, DFMEA, and also we do the testing for the particular prototype, and also we do the initial level of testing and the final level of testing also we do here, to ensure that whatever the ideas we have taken, it can be with respect to the material change, or it can be with respect to the weight reduction, or any design optimization, or any source change or localization. So all these basically we need to look into it, and we need to develop so that we will come to know we are going to achieve the ideas whatever have been evaluated, so that it will not fail, or it will be high, having the durability, reliability, safety, norms, etc. So then we need to present the data to the top management, which includes the details of the tooling cost, development cost, and also the initial level of cost which have been spent on a particular project. We need to present to the top management, and we need to basically prepare a business case during this presentation phase. And then we need to also find out what is the return on investment for our particular product, and we need to present to the top management that the return on investment or the payback period is so and so days or months, so beyond which we can get the profit or we can get the return on investment. We need to present it to the top management so that they will get the convincing thing, so that they can implement it. The company can implement the ideas whatever they have developed. So if in case if the top management is not agreeing here, then again uh, the team have to go ahead. They have to look at the ideas. So the best way to achieve any value engineering or value methodology proposal is to involve the top management from the start of the project, so that at least they will understand what is happening with respect to the cost point of view, or with respect to the value engineering point of view. So next, after presenting it, then we need to implement the proposals, the ideas whatever we have selected, and then here we normally do PPAP or APQP, the quality process. Then we do the batch production. And finally, we go for a SOP. And then we also do the audit. After implementation, we also do the audit or follow-up, where we also try to check the failure of the ideas, whatever have been implemented, what you have developed. Like if you are changing a material from aluminum to plastic or cast iron to aluminum, or if you're doing any design optimization, any localization, or any material change or any supplier change. So yeah, we normally try to do the follow with respect to the feasibility point of view or with respect to the failure point of view. We need to ensure that there is no failure, and we also need to learn, document it, whatever had been started with the project, and also with respect to the implementation. We need to document it. We also need to audit it, and we need to file it whenever it is required. We need to check also. So this is the basically we do it for any projects, process, and or products, and even this is also applicable for service also. And the next is SAVE methodology, or the SAVE stands for Society of American Value Engineering. So this is the website where you can get the details about the value engineering, the basics, and the history of value engineering, value analysis also. So this SAVE International USA is formed and incorporated in the year 1959, and the basic objective why this SAVE International was being formed is that to benefit the users with respect to the value methodology. So in the year 1996, the Society of American Value Engineering has been renamed as or changed to SAVE International, and it is having the different type of society in different countries. Across 40 countries, this SAVE International has been spread. And in India also we have Value Engineering, Indian Value Engineering Society, which is affiliated to SAVE International. And the membership also getting increased, and it is conducting a lot of certification program for the benefit of the professionals, which includes engineers, managers, the costing team experts, and also even top management also getting support or benefited the help of the SAVE International.
Okay. Hey, thanks, Arjun, giving the very detailed presentation on the, you started with the value, then you talked about the different function, and you went well with the value methodology. Probably that's one thing which you touched upon deeper, where the various phases you covered. Then also went into the fast diagram, gone back with the fast and value methodology. It makes sense. So that's really went on well, and with a kind of a case study, brief case study. And also you touched history, which is also very important. Sometimes people do touch with the beginning, but it has a link to the next slide. I think the history was good. So here we are on a kind of certification side. The picture which is on your screen is on a certification. How one can get a certification, or what are the advantages if we can get a certification? So definitely one will look for career advancement in your own company or maybe in other company also. That's one of the motivation to get the things. Then as a value engineering, as a value engineer, you can go up in a ladder in an organization to up to program manager. Can start with the engineer, then go to the different senior design engineer, depending upon the different levels in the organization. Can go up to the program manager. I can tell you, it will start with the SAVE certification. Arjun, he's a SAVE certified value specialist, right, Arjun? So he's one among 14 in India. So
Yes.
he has not talked about himself. Definitely, I am very much aware about Arjun. And he's an authorized person to take the training and other things. So I myself had a large team of value engineers certified from SAVE and specialists also like Arjun. Okay, so the value engineering is which sector and all, somebody may have which company and all. It's not related to any company or like that. It will be more connected to general process. It's applicable to all the sectors. Okay, you can definitely get more information on the website which we have highlighted. Okay. So, so we have really understood now to that. I think we have touched upon the VAVE portion of it. I think what it is and how it is. So what is required to get a certification, history and other things. Again, here we are really talking about the online course, which we classify as a 1 day, and we also have workshop, which I will present it in the next slide. Okay, this online 1 day course, probably the expansion of what we talked, because everything cannot go in 15-20 minutes to all of us here. So definitely it has to go in deeper and understand the each and every methodology and other things. That way we start with the introduction. Then we'll go for value methodology, which our Arjun already briefed. We'll go to the deeper extent. And definitely we'll go for fast diagram, which is also touched upon right now. And on the cost, various costs. So we call as a cost worth diagram and other things. Then we will start with the case studies in the afternoon. Various case studies, in how the industry has been applying this and what benefits they are getting it. And especially automotive is forefront in this particular VAVE. So always the competition tries to find the new things. Then definitely some group activity and the discussions. And we'll also give a certification from our company, or if it is identified through company, we can give a joint certification. That is possible. So this is the overview of the things on an online training course. We are open even conducting at the in the companies, but the number always matters. Okay, that's one thing. The second thing is there is a workshop which we will conduct for 3 days. Okay, this workshop definitely go for 1 day on a first session, general introduction and overview, and we will go for right now you know about it, what is information and all. So we will go deeper and understand each and every process involved in getting the information. There is a set of process and activities inside each phase, which we'll go deeper and make you understand the information phase, functional phase, and function cost worth analysis, cost diagram, and then we go for creative phase and evaluation phase. So we also ask that either a company or individual can come up with some subsystem or subassembly for this session, and we can shortlist few. If there is no subsystem and other things not available with you, I think we can give ourselves so that you can focus on that in a practical sessions. Second day of the workshop, we'll go for further VAV process development phase, presentation phase, and implementation phase, and the audit phase. There is a process activities involved, like I mentioned, and this will be taught to you very clearly. There are templates and other things behind each and every process will be clear to you. Okay. So definitely which is the one which is always I like it is around the case studies. What's the real benefit? Case studies will talk about it. These are the real industry case studies. I think that will motivate us to get further. So, and there's a recent development is when we talk about the savings, company VAV savings, they talk about it. From VAV, we got around 20% saving, 15% savings for this particular product. They also try to combine with the global sourcing. For a simple term, sourcing is the sourcing of the product from best cost country. India is one of the best cost country apart from China. So there are savings which we will get it in terms of the the castings or machining like that. They will combine the engineering VAV savings with the global sourcing savings. So that's a kind of an influence which has a kind of a development which is happening in VAV area. So there is a method to adopt to get the savings from the sourcing, your suppliers and other things. That we will touch upon it. Okay. Then the next further is more about the group formation and for a company or a individual product sessions. So either it can be individual product sessions, like we'll select a product. It's a practical session. So we are selecting the product. We'll go through the information phase, the function phase, those things, and there will be a presentation from the participants on the information and the function phase. for the product here. So this will continue for a third day with this is again a practical session for creativity and evaluation phase for the product, and presentation by the participant for creativity and evaluation phase. Then we'll go for development and presentation phase. Presentation is basically a business case for the product. The fourth session, which is again the presentation by the participants, mainly on the development phase and the business case presentation about the product. Definitely, this is sum total of everything. And here in the workshop, we will talk about the product and the savings, whatever you are going to get it. So this will cover the entire VAV workshop. Definitely, we will really give the certificate, either a joint certification or certification from our company for the participants. Okay. So I just covered, I think, one day training course and the workshop 3 days. So the other one, which is also important, is VAV certifications from saving. Some of the companies are really approaching the VAV certification, some of the individuals too, and we can arrange a VAV certification with these trainings, and there will be additional tests and exams, and saving has additional costs for getting a certification, and maintaining a certification there is additional cost too. So those things will be prescribed by SAVE, and you have to attend the test and other things, and we will evaluate that and we will give it back to you. You will also have first and second chance. So to pass this, I think our success rate so far is around 95% of the people are passing these tests. Okay, so then you will get a certification from SAVE. Okay, so this is something which we thought of covering in our webinar today, and definitely this some places I would have gone fast or slow or maybe boring to you. Please excuse us on this, and definitely I am open to the questions here. Okay, over to participants to ask questions. Just wondering, everyone is there? So
you can unmute and then you can ask some questions.
yeah, somebody is trying to ask questions.
Yes, Narendra?
Narendra or Narendra?
Yes. So, do you provide only training or this certification, and you do VAV services for others as well?
Okay. Hey, Narendra, it's a good question. I'll rephrase the question. Do you provide only training, or do you provide the services for an organization who is doing the VAV? Is that correct?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Great question, Narendra. I think we do both. The simple answer is yes. I think many times it so happens we will go for a workshop in a company, and they bring the live project which is going on, and it will continue as a consulting further also. So either we can go for a workshop, then take up the training for all the people, then they'll be doing it in their company, and we can support them. That's one way. Or we can take out the your project, and we can do at our place along with your support. Is that okay to you? Is that answered your question?
Yes.
Okay.
Just wondering what type of projects you take. Means, is it totally mechanical type or?
So good question. Mechanical and electronics too will cover it.
Okay.
So definitely the electronic portion, which my electronic colleague expert, which right now he's not with me in the meeting, but he will touch upon obsolescence, and also he will touch upon the other important area where the electronics has moved faster than the mechanical. You know that, right? So I think he will touch upon those things, and he will try to provide a value. And defeaturing, probably you know that there are some of the features which is not required for the markets like India. So I think we can touch upon that also in electronics when it comes.
Okay. So can you provide some examples, or maybe not now, but over email also, that these kind of products you have done value VAV services so far?
Definitely, which we can note down. Yeah, anyhow, we have your contact. I think we will reach out and we can make the presentation to you and your in your through face-to-face meeting or through webinar, through online. Sorry. Okay, we can do that. Okay.
Okay. Thanks.
Some of it we can do, some of it we cannot because of the confidentiality agreement which we have with the companies.
Of course, yeah. So I just wanted to have an idea what is the level of complexity for VAV projects you can handle in terms of electronics. Actually, I know mechanical side you must be very skilled.
I think one is in our experience which we have seen in electronics side, the developed country products are having a lot of features. When it comes to India, we have done defeaturing, and probably we have done a reverse innovation, we call, and it has gone back to the developed country as a product. So we could be able to save the costs around 30%.
Okay.
It's an electronics product. Some of it is operated in the gas stations. So I can provide you the details on that. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
So what products do you manufacture, Narendra?
Yeah, we manufacture ADAS products. ADAS automotive line products, basically advanced driver assistive systems.
Okay. Do you have a strategy which runs into the down the company, or is it taken on an ad hoc basis and you do it? The projects?
Mostly products are like customer driven.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So value engineering, what we need right now is sort of in terms of cost reduction.
Understood.
And features are almost fixed. So we are targeting mostly the like replacement of processor parts, processor chip or modules, such that.
Okay. Yeah, we can attempt that. I'm along with the electronics expert, which we have.
Yeah, because that involves a lot of software and driver related things also.
Yeah, maybe more of a firmware and embedded development, right?
Okay. Yes.
So I think we have a expert in our team who can able to go deeper and probably give a solution to. So I myself is a mechanical guy, so I understand little, and I understand only from the through my experience. That's all.
Okay, sir.
I think we will be in touch with you, Narendra. Okay, we'll make a point and we'll be in touch. So, any other questions or anything from anybody else?
Badri sir and Mr. Arun Raj, your presentation was very well. Actually, as Mr. Narendra asked, we expected that you would be presenting a case study which had been which had been a project for you and you have successfully done. But it was very simple because, as you rightly told, it is a 1 hour session. That's all you can. That much only we can present it. It is very well. And if there are some requirements, we will come back to you because Mr. Satish has given his mail ID also, and we will keep in touch with you, sir. It was very nice to have your different phases of VAVE studies, what are all being followed. It was a very useful knowledge sharing, and it will be more effective for us in future. And based on the requirements, we will come back to you.
Yeah, I didn't get your name. Sorry.
I am S. Suresh Kumar.
Suresh Kumar. Suresh.
Yes,
Hey,
sir.
thanks, Suresh. I think for your kind words. Definitely, we want to cover the case study, but it will become halfway, and that entire the goal of transferring the about the VAV will not happen. So in 1 hour. But we'll take that as a feedback from our side to cover it up in future sessions. I think we'll be conducting the future sessions also. And we have seen the interest now. A lot of people started registering. It so happened a lot of people started registering only in the last days. So and suddenly jump was there. Okay, sudden jump was there, and we were worried how to manage this. So, but we understand you, and we will be in touch with you, Suresh. Thanks for joining.
Sure, sir. Sure.
Any other questions or anything else from others? We will wait for 1 or 2 minutes, and meanwhile, if there's a question, stop me. I think many times when there is a workshop happens, the companies do get motivated enough to give the projects, or do the projects, or do give the projects to us. That is seen. That is a trend. Okay, so I think you can pass on this to the respective companies, your heads and other people, and decision makers. Probably when you give us an opportunity, we can show further things. Definitely, as a team, we can work more than an individual or more than a training sessions. So anything else, Arjun? You want to talk something? So I'm been talking more, and you get bored, or so. Please go ahead with you.
Yeah, I am also the same thing. Like the company decision maker can take up some projects, and they can identify the project or product. So during the workshop, we can definitely look for identifying the unnecessary cost or unnecessary function, so that we will try to reduce the overall cost, the resource, and at the same time we ensure that we are increasing the value to the particular product. And the next thing we can also look into is the certification thing, where it will also enhance the opportunities for the individuals. It's like basically a similar kind of track like project management. So this value methodology is the different track, and it's also having the equal weightage like the program management or the project management. And even with respect to the job opportunities point of view, also this value engineering is helping many individuals. So I request all the people to look forward for the training also, and also not only training but also the certification, which is very important for the benefit, and also it also enhances the career.
Okay, well said, Satish. Sorry, Arjun. So I think if you know about the process, probably you try to really to implement the process. That itself is very beginning stage. That's where we are talking about the training. So once you have a training of the people, then the whole culture of the VAV will be set. That's one thing very important in an organization. It's a very cross-functional in nature in VAV. So the culture needs to be set, then definitely the ideas will flow in, and the companies really, as seen, they have filed a lot of patents. Okay, so we'll give 1 or 2 minutes. I think if there are no questions.
And somebody asked the questions in chat, like,
okay.
is this
Okay.
Is
Sorry,
this
I missed it.
is this value engineering can be applicable in aerospace? some questions had been put up, and I told this value engineering is applicable in all sectors like manufacturing, even finance, banking, service industry are using this value engineering. Defense, aerospace, IT people can use this value engineering. Healthcare, supply chain, and education and research, management, even sales and marketing, military, energy, public service, and it's applicable for all the sectors. There is no restriction for this application. It's applicable to all the sectors.
Right. Yeah, I saw that. I think you already answered. So it looks like Friday evening is coming up, catching up for everyone. So I think we try to remove some boredom with all of us, including us, sitting in a home and doing the work. Sometimes it is not easy. Okay. So we'll close the session. Definitely, I thank every participant for joining this particular webinar. It's definitely we have learned a lot, presenting to you and taking your questions. How do we really improve it? Those things. Thank you a lot, and good evening further to you guys. Let's meet in future. Okay. Thank you all.
Thank you, sir.
Bye.
Thank you for
We can have one small snapshot with all the participants.
I think not all the participants are around here now.
Okay.
So
Who is there?
okay, I think still okay. Want to take it? Did you take?
One second.
Only IN2 you can take it. Okay. There's a Redmi and there's Moto G3. So. Okay then.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you all. Bye.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Thank you.
Bye.